Let's bring in the Deputy Vice-Chancellor International, Professor Mike Wesley from University of Melbourne. Professor Wesley, thanks as always. The Chinese ambassador, this language about helping grow regional prosperity, it's been constructive language from that new ambassador, while the behaviour's been a bit different more broadly. What's it all about?
Well, I think, Kieran, he's obviously arrived in Australia sent to try and change the tone of the relationship. This is another of several conciliatory messages that he's been sending, and I think it sort of conveys a message from Beijing that they want to improve the relationship, and they're willing to explore options to do just that.
In that sense, do you believe the election provides a reset opportunity? Obviously, Beijing would know this system of government that we have is much more, publicly adversarial, and having a rapprochement in this sort of environment is unlikely. What about after the election?
Look, I think, unfortunately, the way in which national security has been deployed in this election has actually decreased our diplomatic flexibility as a country. Both sides are now sort of burnishing their national security credentials, burnishing their toughness. And what that does is that it removes creative possibilities for taking the relationship forward pragmatically. This is, I think, the worst kind of involvement of foreign policy and national security in national politics. Australia is a country that has relied in the past on creative and flexible diplomacy. The last thing we need now is for government and opposition to be closing down options rather than keeping options open.
So where to then for the relationship post May 21? It sounds like you're not that optimistic about the trajectory of it.
No, I'm not. Despite these signs of conciliation from China, I think that the major parties in Australia have kind of locked themselves into a critical sort of stance on China. As I've said to you before, Kieran, I think that we've needlessly blown out of proportion the significance of the China-Solomon Islands agreement. It's very hard to walk back from that now, but particularly given the feverish nature of Australian politics. And I do worry that if not locked into this level of antagonism, there will certainly be a sort of a cold relationship between Australia and its major trading partner for a while yet.
Professor Wesley, I appreciate your analysis as always. Thanks. We'll see you next week.